Joining me on the phone now for Indiana in the Morning is Bob Begg, who is one of the co-founders of Disobedient Spirits in Homer City. Bob, thank you very much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
All right, so Bob, let's talk about the idea that you've had to make hand sanitizer, and I think I've only heard of one other instance out in Oregon, I think, where people have been making hand sanitizer. A distillery out there has been doing this?
Yeah, there are a few distilleries that have started doing it. In fact, both at the federal and the state level, regulations have been waived and special permits given to allow us to be able to do this as quickly as possible. So it's going on nationwide. I'm not sure if anyone else is doing it in Pennsylvania. I think someone maybe in Pittsburgh. But we're trying to do our best to get that hand sanitizer out to our first responders.
So talk about the process that you have to go through and to get to distill hand sanitizer. I imagine it's probably the same as maybe making one of your products.
It is similar to making vodka, except with vodka we're using grains. In the case of the hand sanitizer, we're using sugar because it's the fastest thing to get to go to an alcohol. So we're using sugar water to distill right now. Several 500-pound bags of sugar into some water. We cook it up, run it through the still, and then run it through the still a couple more times. We have to get it over 120 proof. It has to be more than 60% alcohol to be effective.
Okay, so that is, again, as you said, very similar to what is done with, as you said, vodka making. So I understand that ingredients-wise, it's also very different. You said grain was involved, but I understand that sometimes the ingredients can be difficult to get.
Well, we've had a couple of problems. You need a stabilizer, so we're using glycerol. That's in high demand now, and our first shipment that we requested went somewhere else. We've got it in now. And you also have to add a hydrogen peroxide to make it non-drinkable. Otherwise, we're paying excise tax on it. So the reporting requirements are still difficult, even though the process itself is familiar.
Mm-hmm. It's very different products. So this is going to be just about as good, if not better, than the hand sanitizer we might see on a store shelf in a drugstore?
The critical component in any hand sanitizer is that the alcohol is higher than 60%. And we're going to be running it out at 62, 63%. That should kill anything. So it will be equivalent to in its composition. The formula we're using is approved both by the World Health Organization and the local tobacco and trade and alcohol at the federal level.
All right. We're talking with Bob Begg of Disobedient Spirits on Indiana in the Morning here on WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Now, this is interesting because you're making the hand sanitizer, but you've decided to go ahead and put the first responders and others who have been fighting COVID-19 on the front line first. I think a lot of people have been thinking about that recently, but you've decided to put it into action.
We're doing our best. It may be the end of this week, even early next week, before we're starting to distribute it. We're going to put it out there to first responders in gallon jugs, and we're doing it as quick as we can. Yeah, my partner and I looked at each other and said, under the circumstances, this is the only thing we can do.
Talk about after that. I understand that there's a possibility that we could see Disobedient Spirits hand sanitizer for sale at the shop, I would imagine.
I certainly, under these circumstances, we're going to keep it in reserve. We're certainly going to have the supplies ready for it. Whether we'll be marketing it to the public or not, I don't know.
All right. So have you been able to test the waters, at least for public sale?
We've had people request to purchase it. I don't think we can make enough to do that. My workers are telling me that it's right now it just doesn't look likely. If we get it to everyone we think we need to get it to, we're going to be running full steam for a while.
Wow! So a lot of demand for this product. Probably sounds like might not be able to keep up.
We're going to have a hard time keeping up. We'll do our best. We're going full steam.
I'm sure you will. How long does it normally take, the process to put all the ingredients together and turn it into hand sanitizer?
Well, it's probably going to take 3 days of running the still, and you need to put some fermenting time in there. So it would, if everything went smoothly, you could go from start to finish probably in 7 to 8 days. And we're in process right now, so we're hoping by early next week.
And how much do you think you can make in one batch?
We sort of wrote down a list of sort of spreading out from our Homer City host out through Indiana, we think that our first batch is going to first responders already. The minute it's done, we'll be putting it in jugs and getting it out of here.
So no idea of like how many gallons, I guess, then?
We're going to try to get it out in 10-gallon containers.
Wow.
I think we've probably got a couple hundred gallons going out to start, and then we'll try to do that again on a regular basis.
You'll still be able then, after you create this, you'll still be able to create your own products then, I would assume.
Like I said, we're hustling. We're thinking of putting our vodka in bigger containers, but we are making every effort to keep production up too. This is going to put us behind a little bit. All our good stuff has to be aged, and with this crisis, we're going to be running low on that. But we are continuing to manufacture and hope to be going forward in the future when we're all through this horrible time.
It's really a great thing that Disobedient Spirits and you and your partner are doing to kind of help out in the community and really following, I guess, in others' footsteps in the fact that you're trying to put the community first in this effort.
We've always been about local. About 80% of our grains purchased locally. All of our ingredients, our maple syrup, our fruits are purchased locally. Yeah, we're all about local.
Talk about the fact that this is going to the first responders. Have you gotten to meet some of the people that you are going to be giving this to?
My front end manager, Rachel Russell, has been distributing it, so she's met some of them. Got a couple of pictures. My crew will be dishing this out there. I'm 72 years old. I'm staying as far back in the corner as I can.
Understood. But it sounds like the crew's having fun with this mission too.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to Nick Swain too, our head distiller. They're really working hard.
Excellent. So Disobedient Spirits right now making hand sanitizer. So if you're going in there, I'm sure you guys still have a little collection of some of your normal products there ready for sale, right?
Absolutely do. We're doing our best. We're keeping it on the shelves as much as we can.
And also you guys, I understand, have adjusted a little bit to the situation. I understand you guys are doing deliveries now?
Deliveries have been so minimal that we're thinking of suspending them. Our crew is going flat out, and sending someone out for an hour to do deliveries can be hurting. So we may be putting something on Facebook. We are doing deliveries. We'll probably continue them through this week. Unless they pick up a little bit, we may discontinue.
All right, but you'll still be, but they'll still be available to sell right at the store then.
Yeah, we've got hand sanitizer of our own. We're wiping everything down. We got a plastic plate up. And one person at a time comes in. So you should be pretty safe if you want to come in and get some. Excellent.
Well, Bob, thank you very much for joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning. I wish you nothing but the best, and good luck with the production. I hope everything goes well.
All right. Thank you very much. Stay healthy.